In three, two, one.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Lake Martin Sports Roundup. I'm your host, Adam Blankenship. I'm here with Justin Mosley. Scott Hardy's out today. A little under the weather, so we're hoping he gets to feeling better soon on that. But it's a fine Tuesday here at JR Sports Bar and Grill. Come back here and get some of the best chicken fingers, best wings in town. Got a good crowd in here tonight. Lots of guests here to see the AU boys all-star team here in Alex City, so it's going to be fun to talk with them a little bit. Justin, how are you doing tonight?
Doing great, Adam. That's a great group of kids that they brought out tonight, and really excited to have them on and learn a little bit about their season.
I'm telling you, it's tournament season now. Everything's starting to kick off with that. So before we get into that, though, a little bit, give you a little rundown. We're going to be interviewing the coach, Adam Rollins, here in a second. And then after that, we'll have the kids come on and talk a little bit as well. And then if time permits, we're going to talk a little bit, of course, my favorite, LeBron James. I mean, he was able to finish it off, and rightfully so. Thank God, because there's no telling what's going to happen with him in the future, as far as the media goes, if he wouldn't. So we'll talk a little bit of NBA Finals, talk a little bit of College World Series, if time permits, and we'll get everything going. We'll be right here. We're going to take a short break real fast and get our first guest on. So come in and enjoy some chicken fingers, grab some wings, and listen to some of these kids, and let's hear what they got to say. I'll be right back with you on Lake Martin Sports Roundup. Talk to you soon.
3, 2, 1.
Sing a song for the broken heart. Welcome back to the Late Martin Sports Roundup. I'm your host, Adam Blankenship. I'm here with a good friend, good softball buddy, and a great coach, and Mr. Adam Rollins. Adam, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm good, man. Staying busy, like we were talking off air a little bit, and I hear you are too. 4 kids?
4 kids and a baseball team, and we are just all the way to the wall all the time. It's a blast, though. I wouldn't do anything else.
Not just a baseball team, but a winning baseball team. You win the leagues. You go to All-Stars. You coach All-Stars. I mean, what's that like? What's your secret?
I wish there was a secret. It's just great kids, and I mean the kids they've excelled at what they do, and they put the hard work into it, and they continue to give you more than you ask for sometimes. And it's I'm real proud of them for them to be 8 and to continue to play and practice as hard as they do. It's something miraculous just to watch as they grow as a team and to grow as, just as kids and individuals as each other. And, that's the future of Benjamin Russell. So
you're exactly right.
It's always something nice to put a good product out there. And, I think them and themselves, they make it easy to coach.
Yeah, this right here is the reward, that they played hard all season. Whether they win or not, that they've obviously stood out and, made All-Stars. I mean, it's just their little reward right here for playing so hard and working all year long. So
by far. And I think it starts with the parents. The parents have brought them to practice, have brought them to the games, have been the guiding force to them to kind of help them grow as individuals, and then put them on a baseball field and let the coaches help them out as the best we can.
Exactly, and that's one of the things that's kind of overlooked too, because all the parents have their jobs, they have their other side of their families that they're trying to raise too. So I mean, that's a big thing. Oh, yeah. And I'm sure you're practicing a pretty good bit, aren't you?
Oh yeah. We practiced just about every day since the end of the regular season, which was at the middle of May. So I mean, these boys have really worked hard, and it showed in results when we went to Lincoln. I mean, we was able to be district champions. We gave up 4 runs in 3 games, and was able to score 38 runs.
So you have some hitters on that team right there, don't you?
Oh yes, they're not only good defensively, they're good offensively. So I mean, they're a real special bunch of boys.
Well, have you had a chance to find out about the competition y'all playing this weekend?
I have. They released the tournament brackets today. We got in our pool play games. We play Saturday morning at 9 a.m. against Monrovia National. And then we have Sims B team. We play them at 5 o'clock Saturday afternoon. And then Sunday morning we have a 9 o'clock game against Spanish Fort, which is, kind of a Alex City rivalry.
Yeah, exactly. Spanish Fort seems to have taken all of our people and went down that way for some reason. And they're always feeling, like you said, to the high school level, the city league level, everything. So that's going to be interesting right there. But why they get y'all playing so early for?
I don't know. I guess they're going to try to get us out there and get us fresh.
There you go.
That's what I guess that's their hope.
Well, with the way it sounds, that they better try to get y'all while y'all are still asleep with all these runs y'all been scoring.
Oh yes.
Well, so tell me a little bit about the tournament. Where are y'all headed to? How many teams are in it?
We're headed to Athens, Alabama, which is about 3 hours away. It's just west of Huntsville. There's 22 teams in our tournament, which is probably by far the biggest tournament I've seen these kids
teams
participating in. So it's
gracious.
It's definitely going to be a tournament feel for the first time. We last year only had 9 teams in state, so this year the huge turnaround, adding 13 more teams, is going to be a blast. And they always have fun meeting new kids, get to hang out, and at the end of the day, they're still 8 years old, so they still want to have fun, and they meet other kids and hang out.
How does it work? Do y'all start out in a pool play or?
Yeah. The first 3 games are pool play, and then we're seeded accordingly. Actually, this tournament, the 11 through 22 teams, they'll play a play-in game. So then they'll get into the tournament of 16, and it'll start Monday.
Oh wow! So there's a possibility this could start this weekend, last all of next week too, as long as you're winning. Or?
Well, it will actually. They play 2 games a day, so it'll actually wrap up Tuesday afternoon. Would be the last game.
That's a lot of baseball packed in right there.
It is a lot of baseball.
Well, go into a little bit of how you guys have been preparing and what are some of the things, because I know it could be a challenge because these kids are not used to playing with each other all year long. Is there some challenges that y'all are faced right there with that, or?
There is, because they a lot of them haven't played the position that they're being asked to play. We had probably 4 first basemen and probably 5 or 6 third base shortstops, and the rest were pitchers. And it's now you're asking kids to go participate in the outfield. And to be honest with you, all these kids have stepped up and learned and tried to learn the best of their ability about their responsibility for that position, and they've grown. And the I guess the good thing about it is with the group that we have is that they've been together. So they've every year in and year out, there's a handful that are on the all-star team that play together a lot, and so they're kind of comfortable with each other. But there was a lot of team building. We had a big kickball game that the parents participated in, and I think that was probably one of the most fun things we participated in this year, because it gave them a chance to go relax and have fun. It wasn't about baseball. It was just about having fun. And so they've done that together, and it's been something fun to watch them grow together.
And that's a great idea right there in itself, to get there and like you said, a lot of these kids have played together. I'm sure there's still a couple that hadn't. So that was a great way to get them in there, to get them to know each other, get to hang out, become friends. I'm over here watching them right now. It looks like every single one of them like to be around each other. And that's huge in a team setting, especially for a tournament like that.
Yes, sir, by far. And that's it. Sometimes as a coach, you don't want them to joke and kid as much as they do, but as a parent, you love it when they're having fun, and that's what they're doing. And I'm just blessed to be a part of it. I've got great assistant coaches, Brian Lee Yates and Jeremy Strickland, Richard White. They've all three by far went above and beyond and helped me in building the team together. My parents have contributed, and they've been there to help me. And I'd like to thank the community, local businesses, everybody who came out and participated and has helped us raise some financials for us to be able to go to a tournament like this, and for us to be able to participate in it. I mean, it's really been a total group effort from all 13 kids and all 13 families. So, this is a reward for all of us to get to watch them, not just a few individuals.
Yeah, definitely. And I'll ask you this right here. What are your expectations? So we're going down there. We're going to win this, right?
Yes, we're going to win this. Last year we came in 5th in the state, and this year we've lived by the motto of unfinished business. We feel like we left the game on the table where we could have started to play for a championship. And this year, that's what our intentions are, is to go up there and execute that last game, get to the championship, and bring a big plaque home so these boys can be remembered for years to come.
There you go. That's what it's about right there, is getting that second chance, getting back in there and getting that win this year. So I'm excited to hear how y'all do. Make sure you get in touch with us and let us know. And we'd love to have y'all back after the tournament, too, to come here and talk about, y'all's success and just bring this championship trophy up here and let's get a picture of it.
I would love to do that. I'd love to do that.
And you mentioned the sponsors, and you mentioned some of the parents that's helped a lot. Is anybody that you want to shout out or anything, or
it's too numerous to count, and I don't want to pinpoint one individual over anybody else. I just we sit in front of Winn-Dixie, we sit in front of Dollar General, and there's been the whole community, whether they dropped a penny in to help us or they was putting $5 or $10 bills in it. Every dime has went back to these kids and has been able to help them in getting prepared to go to Athens. We've done a lot with the money, and it's all went to them. So there's a lot of businesses I'd like to thank.
Exactly, and that's one of the things too that kind of falls under, I guess, under the radar, is how expensive it is to do these. If you're playing a tournament that way, and you say if it lasts till Tuesday, you're staying in hotels, you've got dinner, you've got everything. So
right.
All of that fundraising money and all that support really helps a ton.
It does help a ton, and it helps with the burden on the families, because we had to go to Lincoln Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night 2 weeks ago, and just the gas money and the time off work and things like that. I mean, it starts to add up. So it's nice when the community can come back and give back to these boys and they're able to help them.
It really does, and it seems to be that our community has always stepped up and helped support. So that's something to be proud of here in Alex City and the surrounding areas too. So that's something I like to commend everybody else for doing that too. But yeah, let's take a short break. We'll have the kids come up here in a second, talk to them a little bit. It looks like you got a lot of strong personality, so it's going to be fun to hear from them a little bit, and we'll do that soon, right?
Yes, sir.
Late March Sports Roundup. We'll be right back.
right, boys, coming back in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to the Late Morning Sports Roundup. I'm your host, Adam Blankenship. Me and Adam Rollins just had a great interview here talking about the Alex City Boys AU All-Star team. We're going to bring in my co-host Justin Mosley up here in a second. Let's get to know some of these kids. Justin, go ahead.
Buddy, tell everybody your name.
My name is Elijah Johnson.
What position do you play?
Second base.
And you have a favorite moment from the past season so far?
Stealing bases.
Stealing bases. All right.
You got
How
speed
about-
on the team, too?
Got speed.
There you go.
All right. You got a favorite baseball player?
Mike Trout.
All right. Mike Trout.
Me
Good, thank
too.
you, buddy. Appreciate
There
it.
you go, Elijah.
What's your name?
Harry Welch.
What position do you play?
Left center and right center.
All right. What was your favorite thing from the season so far?
I love the hit it over the fence.
Hitting over the fence. All right. You got a favorite baseball team?
Kobe Bryant. Michael Jordan.
Well, that'll work.
Hey, he played baseball. That counts.
Yeah, that counts.
Yeah, that counts.
All right, buddy. What's your name?
Fulton.
All right. What position do you play?
Left field.
Left fielder. All right. What's been your favorite part of the season? Like to hit, like to field, like to run the bases, like to hit. Big hitter. All right. Good. You got a favorite baseball player?
Derek Jeter.
Derek Jeter.
There we go.
Good. I hear you.
I see there a lot of the kids. A lot of kids like the older players.
Oh, yeah.
I'm proud of that.
All right, what's your name?
Caleb Robinson,
What position do you play, Caleb?
left center.
Left center. All right. And what's been your favorite part about baseball? Like to hit, like to field,
Yeah.
like to hit. Okay, good. Who's your favorite baseball player?
David Ortiz.
David Ortiz.
Big Poppy. There you go.
And what's your name?
Sawyer Rollins.
All right, Sawyer. What position do you play?
First base.
First baseman. What's been your favorite part of the season?
Hitting.
Hitting. All right. Favorite baseball player?
Freddie Freeman.
All right,
Freddie Freeman. Now, I know if he's anything like his daddy, he's going to be a really, really good ball player. I know that.
Oh, he looks like it.
What's your name?
Yeah.
Cade White.
What position do you play?
Third base.
Third baseman. And what's been your favorite part of the season?
Hitting.
Like to hit. Okay, got a bunch of hitters.
They scored 38 runs in one tournament. Of course, I like to hit.
All right, who's your favorite baseball team?
Atlanta Braves.
Atlanta Braves. Been a tough season, but stick with them. Maybe in a couple years they'll be back. Appreciate it, buddy. What's your name?
Maddox Shakes.
What position do you play?
Pitcher.
You're a pitcher. Okay. All right. What's been your favorite part on the mound this year? You like to throw the strikeouts? No. All right. All right. Good. Who's your favorite baseball team?
Marlins.
The Marlins. Okay. All right. What's your name?
Braden Strickland.
All right. And what position do you play, Brady?
Shortstop.
Shortstop. Okay. What's been your favorite part of the season so far?
Fielding.
Fielding. Okay. Great. And you got a favorite baseball player?
Mike Trout.
Mike Trout, too. All right. Appreciate it, buddy. Hey, man, what's your name?
Alex Moss.
Hey, Alex. All right. What position do you play?
Right center.
Right center. Good. And what's been your favorite part of the season?
Hitting.
All right, who's your favorite baseball player? Don't know. Yourself, maybe, huh? All right, man. Appreciate it. What's your name, buddy?
Kendall Sherry.
What position do you play?
Right field.
And what's been your favorite part of playing baseball?
Hitting.
All right, like to hit too. Well, good. You got plenty of hitters for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And who's your favorite baseball team?
Nationals.
The Nationals. Okay. All right. Good. Appreciate it,
A
buddy.
lot of National League East representation right there. Marlins, Nationals, Braves. I like it.
What's your name, bud?
Ricky Patterson.
What position you play, Ricky?
Right field.
And what's been your favorite part about playing baseball? Like to
Batting.
hit. Big hitter. All right. Good, man. And who's your favorite baseball player?
Freddie Freeman.
Okay, good. Thank you. All right. What's your name, bud?
Carson McDaniel,
What position do you play?
catcher.
What's been your favorite part of playing baseball?
Hitting.
You like to hit too? All right, great. Who's your favorite baseball team?
The New York Yankees.
All right. Appreciate it. And what's your name?
Chandler Patterson,
And what position do you play, Chandler?
catcher.
Okay, great. And what's been your favorite part of the season?
Rundowns.
Oh, rundowns.
Great. All right. Who's your favorite baseball player?
Like them all.
Like them all. No favorites. All right. Appreciate it.
Is that everybody there?
That's everybody.
Well, Adam, it sounds like you've got a solid team right there.
Oh yes.
Love to hit, and like I said, as you can tell, 38 runs in one tournament. Sounds like they like to hit.
Oh yeah, yeah. They have. We didn't have anybody that. A big thing right now, we're using the pitching machine, and
I was about to ask you about that.
Yeah, it's a pitching machine. It's 38 miles an hour, and for none of these kids in that whole tournament, we had one kid that had a strikeout, and that was it. So it's huge when you're putting the ball in play to make other teams get you out. It's always a lot more difficult, and they do a great job of that. And that's they can chalk it up to coaching, but that's hand-eye coordination on their behalf. It ain't nothing we've done. So I've been very pleased with them.
Yeah, that they're only a year or so removed from using the tee. So I mean that's a huge adjustment going from sitting on the tee to the 38 miles an hour, and those pitching machines, you never know where it's going to go.
Right. It's a variety of in and out, up and down, and for them to make that adjustment and hit the ball, I've been pleased with them. I always tell my coaches, I want your arms and throats to be sore when you get done, sending them and running them.
There you go. And that's what I would do too. Run them. So you can't beat that. Well, it sounds like you got a great group of kids. We wish y'all all the luck. Bring us back some good news, but still, either way, come see us. Next week or so, I'll give you my phone number, text, let me know. We'll get you back here for another interview again.
Okay.
And sit here and praise these kids again. And like you said, we appreciate everybody in the community helping support them. Appreciate the parents and everything. And we wish y'all best of luck.
Well, we appreciate it. Thank you for having us on. We appreciate it.
Oh, no problem at all. This is what we like to do. We love having these because these kids should be celebrated. I mean, they put in the work, they put in the effort. So this is something that they need to be recognized. You know what I mean?
Well, they've been very excited. Last night at practice, we're going to JRs. We're still going to JRs to get on the radio. We want to get on the radio. We want to be on Sportz Blitz. So they've been excited about it. So I'm glad we had the opportunity to be on.
But we appreciate y'all coming. And like I said, keep me updated. All right.
I will. Thank you, sir.
All right. We're going to take a short break. We'll be more with you here on the Late Morning Sports Roundup. Be right back.
Coming back in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to the Late Martin Sports Roundup. I'm your host, Adam Blankenship. Just finished up with the Alex City 8U Boys All-Star Team. Great crowd out here tonight at JR Sports Bar and Grill. Come in and get you some of the best wings, chicken fingers. What's underrated is the cheeseburgers around here. Really underrated.
Cheese nuggets. You ever got those
Yes,
things?
cheese
Oh,
nuggets
man.
are too. So
Yeah.
if you haven't eaten dinner yet, bring the family in here and grab you something quick to eat. Just finished up that interview there. Sounds like Adam Rollins has those kids ready to play this weekend. I'm excited to hear about how all of our teams do this weekend as they travel and do their tournaments. One thing I got to do, though, is last week I had the 7U team on here. My cousin didn't hear me shout him out because I messed the volume switch up. So, Eli Self, I talked about you. I know you're out there, and I see your videos on Instagram. Keep on working hard, and good luck this weekend, and keep swinging that bat like Bryce Harper does. So,
Yeah, what a great time of year, for all these tournaments going on. What's here this weekend? Is it the 12U tournament? I've got some friends from Mobile whose son plays at a park. They won their district, so they're coming up this weekend. And, it goes all the way into next week. We got teams going to Florence this weekend, starting this weekend. And
there's actually 2 tournaments being hosted here this weekend. I think it's the 12U and the 8U.
Well, yeah. And great facility that we have, and the Sportplex is so nice. We had friends come up last year from Mobile that played, and just all the great compliments that they gave Alex City for having such a great facility. And
there's really not a better place.
There's not.
I mean, you have everything in the Sportplex on the hill up there. Some of the best fields you played on, and I played on growing up, but we always wanted to play on our fields because they were maintained and manicured better than anywhere else. So it's a great thing for the town too. Brings all these extra families in to eat at some of these restaurants in town and bring a little money in as well. So it's a win-win, and I'm looking forward to having all those tournaments going as well this weekend. And we're also doing Saturday countdown at the Sportplex this weekend from 10 to 12. So that'd be something to tune into as well. Be live on location. So that'll be fun as well. Next thing I want to talk about a little bit is I want to get into a little bit of the finals. I know we do a lot, and we mainly do local stuff here, the Late March Sports Countdown. But let's talk a little bit about LeBron James and Cleveland Cavaliers. What was your thoughts on this weekend?
Of course, they saved Game 7 for the best game of the series. And, what a great game. And LeBron had I believe it was the 3rd triple-double ever in finals history in Game 7. And, you can't talk about, how great of a player he is enough. And, I guess people tend to want to get in an argument about whether he's the best or whether Jordan's the best. And
I think it's different for me. I don't think he and Jordan are the same type player. They do different things. I think LeBron is more of a large point guard who runs the show on defense, who handles the assists, who runs the offense through him. I feel like Jordan was a scorer, and I could be wrong because, I was growing up, so I didn't really get to watch as much of Jordan. I see the highlights now, but I really didn't get to see him as much as I do LeBron because I follow LeBron since he started. And I feel like I feel like he's the greatest. I just want to touch on his numbers for the finals real quick. His 2016 NBA final stats: 29.7 points per game, 11.3 rebounds per game, 8.9 assists, so almost a triple-double a game in the finals, 2.6 steals, 2.3 blocks, and he shot 49%. He's the first person to ever lead the stat category in all those different, stat lines in every category. He led every single one of them.
He played a great series, and that's what kind of what I'm saying is, why do we have to pick and choose between Jordan and LeBron? Like you said, there's different eras, different types of players. They're both great, and I think it kind of waters down their legacies for us to stand around and debate about which one's the best. And I think if we just spent more time talking about how great LeBron is right now, that block.
Oh my
At
gosh,
the end of the game,
that sealed it.
Man, that was.
I came off the couch.
Yeah, it was. I mean,
I was
I don't
like,
have
"What?"
I'm not a fan of either team. I just want to see a good game, and man, that's just one of those plays that this series really cemented his legacy. I think start talking about being one of only 3 players ever to have a triple double in the finals. That's just a tremendous feat.
I actually that picture of him pinning the ball against the backboard on that play right there is it's ridiculous. I mean, his head is almost above the rim, like he almost has the duck while he jumps, and his hands pretty much over the square. I mean, it's just a freak athlete, and consider that at that point he had played 46 minutes already in the game. I mean, I would be tired, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just outstanding, and it just shows what kind of player he is and how much of an athlete he really is. It's crazy to think about that once he left Miami, and everybody talks now because someone told him, and everybody says it's Pat Riley, that whenever he went to Cleveland, he told him this is the worst decision you've ever made in your career. Like this is going to be your worst decision you've ever made. So for him to go back home and deliver on that promise after 2 seasons is insane. I mean, last year they were close. They're right there at it. So it's just an outstanding performance. Like I said, and y'all can probably tell too. Listening, I'm a huge LeBron James fan. I just think he's the pinnacle of the athletes in that league. But different topic. Have you been keeping up with the College World Series?
I've watched a little bit. Of course, the Florida Texas Tech game was on earlier, and I think Florida's just been eliminated.
And that's crazy. Like all the top national seeds are now gone. I mean, you have teams like Oklahoma State, Arizona, Coastal Carolina, and UC Santa Barbara that kind of, I guess, ease their way into a regional and then end up traveling on the road to go to a super regional, and to see what they're doing, the performance they're putting together that's the reason why I think baseball is special. I mean, a lot of people don't like, and Luke and I talked about last week a little bit on Sportz Blitz. They don't like the 3-game. 3-game setup, 3-game matchup, because they feel like they really don't get to see which team is best. But in Florida's case, they have the 3 best pitchers in the nation. I mean, they shouldn't lose a 3-game series. And you see them today, like you said, they just looks like they're about to be eliminated now against Texas Tech. So, but give you a little rundown on that. Miami was eliminated by UC Santa Barbara. It's number 3 seed in the nation. Oklahoma State beat Arizona in the winners bracket on that side because it's an 8-team bracket set up that way. So Arizona and UC Santa Barbara will play tomorrow, elimination game, and you have Oklahoma State sitting pretty. Unless they completely collapse and lose 2 games in a row, then they're pretty much in the final for the World Series. So, and then on the other side, Texas Tech and Florida playing now, of course, elimination game. Coastal Carolina and TCU play tonight in the winners table. That winner will be set up too as well to pretty much carry on to that final 3-game matchup in the end. So it's gonna be fun to watch. I've always been a big fan of college baseball, so I kind of pay attention a little bit to it and everything. So I'm interested to see how everything folds out.
Yeah, I mean, you think disappointing season for the SEC? I mean, it's gotta be get Florida there, and they're already out.
You have 10 teams that are ranked in the top 20 the entire season. Everybody talks about how deep the SEC is and how deep the pitching staff is. And then you have Mississippi State getting beat at home in the Super Regional. You have LSU getting beat at home in Super Regional. South Carolina losing at home in Super Regional. And then Florida coming in going 0-2. And then, I mean, it's crazy. I don't know. I mean, is there an SEC bias in baseball too? Does SEC baseball get a bump like they say they do in football?
I guess maybe after the past few years, they might get a little bit after as great as South Carolina was those 2 years and Vanderbilt, and so maybe that influenced it a little bit. But
I think Vanderbilt even got swept at home too.
They did.
So that's crazy. It's kind of hard to imagine that, because I figure, okay, we might have 6 teams in the Final 8 this year, but no, I guess not. So
we're both Bama guys that you keep up with Alabama adding Greg Goff this week as head coach. Have you seen any of that? Came over from Louisiana Tech. He's had he's done well at two, I guess, smaller schools, and going to test his hand in the SEC. You got any thoughts on that?
I think it's a pretty good hire. I really didn't know who they were going to go after or who they had lined up for that. So I'm actually impressed with the hire, and I think maybe the program can get some steam and pick up a little bit and maybe get to the NCAA tournament. And that's the hard thing is I don't understand why we can't get and be consistent in the super regional, or not even a super regional, but be consistent in a regional. It just seems like we're just not very competitive, and with Gaspard there, it was mediocrity is all it was, and it was just hard to watch. So yeah, I actually feel really good about the hire. I'm excited about that. It's going to be interesting to see what he can do. Louisiana Tech has a good program now because of him. They made it this year, and they ended up losing to Arizona as well. So I mean, you can't complain about the Arizona's in the College World Series. So yeah, overall, I'm impressed with it. You have any thoughts on it?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good hire. A lot of people wanted to go out and try and get a big name coach. It's not going to do it right now in baseball. There's nobody that really stands out to me as, being somebody that Alabama could attract. We're not talking about Alabama's football team.
We're a long way from that.
Just go out and just name their person. Alabama baseball has struggled for a while. In mediocrity. They've had a couple good seasons here and there, but can't make the postseason every year. And I think it's a good hire to bring somebody in. Got the great new facility, and see how it turns out. Looks like he's going to bring a lot of his staff with him, and I think the biggest thing for Alabama right now is get some offense. He said he's a small ball kind of guy, that's what Alabama needs right now.
Yeah, definitely. And touching on the facility there too, whenever I was in school there, I did my internship with athletic marketing, and that place was a dump. I mean, it was so bad. There were holes in the press boxes, in the ceiling, in the walls, and everything else. So for them to invest that type money into it and make it look the way it does now, which is absolutely amazing. I mean, it's huge, and that says a lot. Okay, like, all right, we're gonna get serious about our baseball program. So that's great to hear and great to see. And it's obvious because now we finally got away from Gaspar. We actually made a good hire on baseball. So I'm excited about the future of Alabama baseball.
Yeah, I am too.
And only time will tell. So, Well, all right. Well, that's a little quick rundown of everything. We'll take our last break here, and we'll catch right back up with you. I'm going to scoot on over and get ready for Sports Blitz, and Justin's going to finish everything off here. Might talk a little bit about the Sports Blitz Classics that's coming up. So tune right back in, Lake Martin Sports Roundup. That's for like TV stuff.
you're back in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back into the Lake Martin Sports Roundup. Back now here for the final segment. I'm Justin Mosley, and we're going to head to the phone lines here and welcome in Randy Lee, one of our co-hosts. And Randy, we've got something that we want to talk about and share with everybody about Sports Blitz Classics. Randy, do we have you?
Yeah, I'm on here. Do you have me now, Justin?
Yeah, I got you, Randy. I was starting to tell everybody a little bit about Sports Blitz Classics. Tell us a little bit about, this great idea that you guys have come up with.
Well, we're excited to bring this not only to the area, but hopefully at some point in time statewide. And it's not really a novel concept that we've come up with, but it's definitely one that I think is needed here in the local region, and I'm excited that we're continuing to work towards that. And it's just to add a little bit of flavor to what we currently do with our Sports Blitz programming. And there's so much great history in not only the Lake Martin region, but in the state of Alabama when it comes to sports. And we're going to start in the Lake Martin area with what we're doing with Sports Blitz Classics. And you'll start seeing all of our social media outlets flooded with old photos, old articles, old game footage. We'll probably cut those down into segments as well as try to push those out there in full game moments as well. And the big thing that we're trying to do here, Justin, is I started realizing that when I went back some old footage that my mother had, and they're old VHS tapes. And when you try to pull those back out, try to watch anything on them, you realize quickly that they are deteriorating by the year. And the biggest thing now is if you can get your hands on as much of that footage as possible and to put that on to upload that and put that on a digital version, it'll be there from now on forevermore. And we need to take advantage of having the production capabilities that we have not only with Lee Marketing Group and R&B Media, but also with Lake Broadcasting, because Lake Broadcasting is such a vital part of all that we do. And John Kennedy and JJ have really extended their arms to this idea potentially in the long run. So that's something that we're working towards. But the goal is to gain access to as much of that old content as possible. We're going to push that out through social media. Hope to have that through some other media outlets in a short period of time as we have the opportunity to push that out there. But the biggest thing is that you have access to a lot of these. Please contact us. Either call us at Lee Marketing Group, which we'll be sponsoring, having individuals that set aside time to not only take these videos in, but to upload them and possibly push those out there on a digital format. But find us on social media as well and let us know what you have there. It's not only old videos. There's so many awesome old pictures and, catalogs and photo albums that many of us, I remember a couple of years ago, Red Lloyd walked up and he had an old photo album that his mother had kept. And we were able to scan a lot of those photos in and have access to those, and would love to push those out there. And that's part of our plan, but we've got to gain access to more of that. And it's not only Benjamin Russell, it's not only Alexander City, but it's all the surrounding counties around us as well that we would like to do this for. So please find us out there and push some stuff our way.
Yeah, coaches, former players, anybody out there that has, I've got some old VHS tapes, and I've jokingly sent some video of my old playing days from 20 years ago to the guys, and like Randy said, that these VHS tapes are quickly falling apart, and get find some way to get them to someone that can transfer it digitally and save these old pictures. Randy said we're taking anything that you might have that you can send in to us, and you can find us on Twitter, Facebook, and we'll get it any way we can. Randy, what is there anything in particular that you'd prefer to have?
Well, no, not really. We're able to also to work with 16 millimeter. Many years ago, I guess 7 or 8 years ago, my father had known that his entire senior season, which was 1970, that those old 16 millimeter films were still sitting up to high school. And Dwight Busby, who was a teammate and a classmate of my dad's, was able to get his hands on that. They took it over, I believe, to Birmingham somewhere. They had it uploaded and put together, and it was very costly. These things are costly projects when it comes to time. They don't just automatically find their way on a digital file somewhere, but it's something that we're dedicating time and resources toward, and it's something that we want to continue to work on. And actually have a high school student that's working with us and doing a tremendous job on that, maybe potentially adding a few more to help us with that as well, and gets them a little experience, and it gives us an opportunity to, I'm a big history buff, and I probably get that through my parents and my family. I think that they're really big into that as well, and it's kind of sad in today's world when so many of us have these old shoe boxes full of tapes that are sitting at home, which is what we had at my mom's house, and when I start going through so many of them, 75, 80% of them really aren't any good. And that's a sad thing, knowing that I know where those have been sitting the last 20 years. And they've been in my mom's house. They've been out of development. But yet they still deteriorate. So we've got to get our hands on as much of this old stuff as possible, get it out there, get it in a centralized location, and make sure that we have that. So many can have an opportunity to see players, and many of us can also go back, and unfortunately, I said this on Saturday's show, I went back and watched one that was so bad that I played in my junior year. I wouldn't want anybody to see it, but they're there, and I'd love for them to have access to that for people, and my family and many others have access to pull that up. But again, it's going to be so important that we get many of you out there active with this. You will see us daily pushing posts out there with articles and photos, and we've got several set to kick this thing off tomorrow. That's going to be a lot of fun to do. But get us those photos, get us those old albums. We'll get them on a digital file and start pushing those things out.
All right, Randy, we appreciate it. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you, Moses.
Again, that's Randy Lee with Lee Marketing Group and Sports Blitz, and we really encourage you guys out there. I know especially I used to coach. My brother used to coach, and we've got tapes and tapes of 97 through 2002, just random football film lying around, and hopefully there's some coaches out there, some former players out there that have some good footage that they'd like to send in to us. Anything, whether you think it's unimportant, send it in to us and let us, save that, save that memory and get it, post it on our social media. And, you really find that so many people are so interested in the pictures and the videos that we'll be able to share, even though you think that might be unimportant. I hope you guys will stick around for us tonight on Sports Blitz. We've got a great show tonight on Sports Blitz. Luke Robinson and Adam Blankenship, who just left here, is headed over there for the show 7 to 9. We've got an attorney on to talk a little bit about Cam Robinson and Hootie Jones having their charges dropped yesterday in Louisiana. I know that's been a little bit of a hot topic. I hope you'll stay tuned and listen into that and find out maybe a little bit about the average everyday person who, at times has a charge dropped, and learn a little bit more about it. And then we've got Mark Burnett on, and he's going to tell us about a story that he wrote about Joshua Jacobs, who was a last-minute running back pickup for Alabama. And, Luke and Adam will have some good stuff for you guys, and I hope you guys will stay around and stay tuned in.
I can take it anytime.
Great show that we had tonight here with Adam Blankenship, the Alex City 8U All-Star team. Great group of kids, and we really appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. And that'll do it for this week's edition of the Lake Martin Sports Roundup.